Happy Wednesday, everybody. So, today is a beautiful sunshiny day here in the Chicagoland area, and I was thinking about a song that I love. I'm sure many of you know it. It's Nina Simone, Feeling Good, and I think it's so powerful. It's full of tons of wisdom, and it just rolls off her tongue as she sings the lyrics about it's a new dawn and a new day and a new life. And it's all about feeling good. So I thought about that today. Recently, I've been sharing with you about imagination and fabrications and just the power of our thoughts and our feelings that are attached to our thoughts. So I want to touch on a couple of things today. First, imagination and the power of that, to be able to really see yourself in whatever situation, in whatever you imagine for your life to be as it exists now. And the fabrications that I mentioned last week about how we get into these lies we tell ourselves. Well, I know that many people would protest the idea of fabricating realities that wouldn't be true to the current situation that we see in front of us. So now there's this new element of what realities exist in the unknown, in the unforeseen. And I wrote about it this last week, with regards to our faith in unseen realities. And I want to share with you that the idea of being able to feel this faith has nothing to do with negating something that's present in front of us or a feeling that we have. And certainly, we all have feelings that aren't always positively charged. So, here is what one can do to transform and shift the thought and the feeling. And many people would think of this as being totally simple and totally something that, would be like a game, a child's play. And I would have to tell you that in some ways it is. But when we take that thought and we're observing and we hear or we see something negatively charged, whether it's in front of us or in our own minds, we begin to then make a choice as how we wish to see and perceive it. And that choice often is something that awakens in our awareness the more that we practice feeling good. So yesterday I had news feeds coming in from LinkedIn and today from other fellow writers, and somehow that theme kind of kept coming across about feeling good. And feeling good is so necessary. And again, it doesn't mean to negate what feelings or thoughts come up that might not feel that way. However, it is in the awakening of the choice that we have. And we employ those different games I mentioned, like something as simple as thinking about all the things that you really love. So for me, I might think about dancing. I always feel good when I can hear a song, and I'm sure many of you relate to that and connect with music, but obviously, there's tons of research that shows that too, and how music can alter us. But think about that. Think about, the feeling you might get after you have an exhilarating walk or a run, or what it feels like to sit out on the beach, or what it feels like when you're traveling and exploring new places, or you have some great book that you're reading in front of you, or you're dining out at some place that you really love. You're spending time with friends, and if you can imagine into the laughter that you have with those individuals that are your near and dear loved ones, and the joy that you have when you're with them, those kinds of things, those are the things that you employ. All those different types of thoughts, all those different like little pictures in our mind of experiences that we've had, tapping into those experiences and then immersing yourself into the feeling and the vibration of that feeling good. Remember that that feeling actually exists in our vortex right now. So everything that we've ever lived and we've felt that way comes right to us at that moment that we're actually placing our attention on it. And it helps to lift us. And some might refer to it also as the help from the spiritual world. I believe it's all in one because it's all inside of this energy of being that exists, and it's our natural alignment. And that as that stream of consciousness, we align with it and we connect with it. Everything in that stream of consciousness, all the things that we have experienced that flow in that consciousness and that we've lived, as well as everything else and everyone else who's ever been. And all of that is flowing in that stream of consciousness. So then it becomes, all of a sudden we notice it's the things that we're hearing, the lyrics that we're hearing. Now we're seeing something on the news, but now we don't just see something negative, now we see something positive that has happened. But all of a sudden, our own thoughts begin to shift from that vibrational positivity that is existing within us and transforming us. This is the key to how we begin to not only imagine, but utilize the energy within the imagination, and now we invent. Remember that other word, or that other meaning of fabrication. Now we invent a reality. And at first, we might not see it visibly out right here because we're all in this practice and we're quickly acquiring our mastery because that's the shift in consciousness that's happening for all of humanity right now. But as we move into this awareness more and more, we can understand that we have the power to create with the intention of the use of these beautiful gifts that we've been endowed with, our imagination, our feeling, and the source of all that is, of all that has ever been, of all that will ever be, and we now have a life to create with. So today, I wish you feeling good, all those things, whatever all those things are that you have felt in the fullness of your well-being, of your alignment, of your essence, of your freedom. May this be with you today. Thank you. Blessings on your day.